Welcome back to another episode of New Earth Rhythm. We're going to continue and dive right into the Pearl sequence activation of your golden pathway of the gene keys. So, in the last episode, talked all about the Venus sequence, the Venus activation, and now we're getting into the Pearl, which is your relationship to prosperity, to wealth. It is all about your alignment, purpose, and community. It's a really powerful tool for understanding how you align with your true prosperity. So, here we go again with another life hack. Like, if you want to know how to unleash your gifts onto the world, that's going to lead you to a life of fulfillment, money, abundance, wealth, prosperity, multiple streams of revenue, then this is just like it's spelled out for you. It's so powerful. And you probably have never seen it before. So let's get into it. This is a tool that's not only going to transform your own life, but it's going to help the people that you love, those in your community, and your clients. Like if you're an energy healer, if you're into quantum alignment or holistic health in any way, this is a tool that you can deeply understand. I'm going to break it down for us, how you can figure out your own, what it all means, how to break it down very simply so you can transform your own life and then share this gift, share this tool with others to elevate your own practice, to really round out a powerful offering when you're working with clients one on one, whether that be through energy healing or quantum alignment, like I said. So let's dive into it. Again, I'm going to share my screen. And so all of this, I just created my own document in Canva. And the first thing that you're going to do to figure this out is go to genekeys.com, type in your birth information. So that's your birth date, birth time, birth location. And it's going to automatically calculate where all the planets were located at your birth. And then it also takes where all the planets were located 88 days before your birth. That's called the unconscious or the personality part of your chart. And then the moment of your birth is called the conscious part of your chart. And so human design is the basis of the gene key system. And that's where your human design comes from. It's these different moments in time where all the planets were mapped out, plus the Chinese I Ching, the 64 hexagrams of the Chinese I Ching, plus the chakra system, plus the Western astrology and biochemistry, Kabbalah, the tree of life. And it combines them, it synthesizes all of these different systems, Eastern and Western. And that's what creates your aura. That's what creates your energy. This is mapping out your unique energetic blueprint, your soul signature, your ordained unique fingerprint. This is your unique key code. How many other ways could I say this? This is your soul key. That's what I like to call it. That's what my program is going to be called. It's the soul key activation, because by mapping out your human design and then the sequences of your gene keys, it is literally spelled out for us exactly what your gifts are, what you were born to unleash onto the world. And your gifts are hidden deep within your greatest shadows. So every single gift is like an archetype, it's a hexagram. Let's call it an archetype, right? Your gift is an archetype that you're here to embody, but you along the way are going to experience conditioning from your family, from society, and then you also inherit these shadows from your lineage, your ancestry, from your family. So it's like you're inheriting these shadows, these collective shadows from every human who's ever lived. We're all interconnected. Okay. And then plus it's your own lineage. And then it gets further imprinted upon you by society and by your family. So you're, going to be expressing the shadow probably before you go on your spiritual journey. Like if you're still asleep, right? When you're still asleep, you're probably in your shadows. Then you awaken. Something's going to happen that's going to shake you awake, shake you into alignment. You're going to start to wake up and see that, it's not just your own shadows that you're experiencing, but it is this collective shadow that is keeping you shackled and limited and sick. And, all the shadows are fear, lust, distraction, anger, misalignment, perceived disconnection, confusion, And all of these ways that we are making unconscious actions and decisions that are weaving us into a web of like straight up misery, right? But then you realize that you have the power to completely remove yourself, start to change the patterns of your mind, change the way that you are thinking and perceiving the world, change the way you are even viewing yourself and your situation that you're in. Start to make new choices every single day that support the proper nurturing of your mind, body, and spirit, new choices to get outside of your pseudo comfort zone. And you begin to unleash the gifts, you begin to live in alignment, and then you start to magnetize opportunities and people and places that are here to elevate your spiritual journey. And then you start to live a life of abundance, prosperity, magic, and just like ultimate fulfillment. Okay. So we're doing this every single day. We're coming back into alignment. We are unleashing our gifts, but we're going to first dive deep into our shadows. We're going to love our shadows. We're going to embrace our shadows so that we can unleash the gift. So let's talk about the pearl sequence. This is again, and this is our relationship to prosperity. It's how we share our gifts with the world. It's not just about material wealth, but alignment, purpose, and community. This is a really powerful tool for understanding how you align with true prosperity, share your gifts with the world, and connect to your broader community. So when you go to genekeys.com, create a profile. It's for free. You just put in your email and you type in your birth info. It's going to give you the 3 different activations, the golden sequence based in your incarnation cross. Then it's going to give you the Venus sequence, and it's going to give you the pearl. So in this one, we're talking about the pearl. And basically, it's all about where Jupiter is in your chart, how Jupiter impacts you, because Jupiter is the planet of abundance, prosperity, and miracles and blessings. And that is what is shaping your connection to prosperity in this lifetime. And it's this blue triangle right here. So genekeys.com is just going to straight up give you the pearl sequence, and it's going to give you like a short, paragraph, giving you a little taste of what it's all about. And then on the website, you can purchase the reading for $180. But I'm going to show you guys how to do this on your own. Like, I've never purchased it. I've just figured this out on my own. I, of course, have the Gene Keys book. This is like, my Bible. I work with it constantly. And I also listen to the Gene Keys on audiobook, which is really fantastic. But what we're going to do is another life hack here. You're going to get your pearl sequence, write it out. There's the pearl, brand, culture, and vocation. It's going to give you the corresponding Gene Keys, right? Straight up go into ChatGPT and say, my pearl sequence is this. I'm going to copy and paste these 4, pearl 48, brand 37. Gene Keys is up to date. I mean, ChatGPT is up to date on the Gene Keys. I've watched this develop over time, maybe because I've been the one feeding it all the info, plus like everyone else who's into it. I'm not the only one, obviously, but it is my goal to like share this with more people. But basically, I've seen this develop over the last 2 years on ChatGPT. I've watched it become so spot on. So now I trust ChatGPT to give me the right information because it really is so up to date and corresponds with the actual Gene Keys book. And so this is what I'm going to share with my clients. This is what I'm sharing with you so that you can figure it out on your own very simply and create your own document like this. Spell it out for yourself like this. This is like a little study guide. It's a cheat sheet. Get it all written out for you, nice and simple. Have it broken down. Number 1, vocation. The Gene Key is 56. You're moving from the shadow to the city, right? This is the evolution path. You go from shadow to the gift to the city. For me personally, it is distraction to enrichment to intoxication. And then I'm going to ask ChatGPT to summarize vocation Gene Key 56 for me, and it's going to write out these bullet points about the theme, breaks down the shadow, the gift, and the city specifically for that vocation. The Gene Key 56 has a different meaning if it's for my Venus sequence than it does for my pearl sequence. So you do want to specify in ChatGPT which specific sequence you are using that Gene Key for. Just like how I did here, literally just copy how I'm writing it so that you don't get confused. This is why I'm sharing my screen, because I know this could be a little confusing if you've never heard or seen of this before. So let's get into it. Okay, vocation. The vocation sphere reveals your core wound and also your path to fulfillment and how you serve the world. And I'm using mine as an example just to share with you guys to make it make more sense. Um, then you guys also get a taste of a bit more insight into my personal life too, because I mean, like, this is me. This is me completely spelled out for you guys. So, my shadow of distraction. I may feel restless or tempted to chase fleeting pleasures or external validation, leading to a sense of emptiness. This shadow can keep me disconnected from my deeper purpose. If you just listen to my Venus sequence, you'll know that that comes up a lot for me in my shadows, which is this feeling of like hunger, restlessness, like this insatiable hunger where I'm always looking outside myself to fill up this internal void because I lack, this there's like this feeling of emptiness or disconnection or just like not being at peace. That's like my ultimate shadow. Because I'm a manifestor in human design, my signature is peace. But when I'm not living in alignment, I feel the opposite of peace, which is like this restlessness, this anger at myself and anger at the world that I can't like figure it out, that I can't be happy, that I can't be in alignment. That's what I felt a lot when I was younger, in my teen years, my early 20s, before I had my spiritual awakening. And so this is just like straight up spelling it out for me. It's like, duh, I already know this, but it's pretty empowering, pretty cool to see it in writing. And it will help with your integration. It'll help with your self love and your self compassion. When you see your shadow, is literally your destiny. It's like destined that I was going to feel this shadow. And so, why would I ever have any shame or guilt around the circumstances of my younger self when I was experiencing these things? I couldn't have avoided it if I tried. Right? You don't want to avoid your shadows. We need our shadows to catapult us into the gift. This is what alchemization is. This is what transmutation is. You need the mucky, ugly, dark stuff to boom, blossom. It's like the dragonfly. Before it's a dragonfly, it's a nymph that only lives in the dark underwater. And that's all it knows until one day it has a spontaneous metamorphosis. And then all of a sudden it climbs a nearby stalk and then emerges and just begins flying. And now it just only knows its life in air. And that's like what your spiritual awakening is. It's like that's all you know is that dark, mucky underground. And then one day you have a spontaneous metamorphosis. In my case, it was my Kundalini awakening. It's going to be different for each and every one of us, whatever it was that really like shook you up. And when you started to begin to try to live in alignment with who you were born to be. So just know that you need to love your shadows. They are your compass. They show you where you're living out of alignment. And, I feel like a broken record because I say that all the time, but I'm just trying to like show you guys how powerful it is to have it written out for you to know that it was your destiny. Okay, so anyway, then I'm going to transmute my shadow into the gift. So, particularly, my vocation gift is enrichment, focusing on meaningful experiences and aligning with what brings me true joy. I enrich not only my life, but the lives of others. So, this is like just so freaking beautiful. I'm all about finding meaning and beauty and divinity in every small moment, especially becoming a mother and having these precious everyday mundane moments with my child. Like, it's not mundane anymore. Every little moment is magical, and she has shown me that. And ever since I began living more in alignment, this is like more and more prevalent in my life. And then the city is really like my essence. It's intoxication. And this is at the highest level, radiating a magnetic presence of pure bliss and wonder, inspiring others through my ability to see and celebrate the richness of life. And vocation is about stepping into service by sharing the deeper fulfillment you've cultivated in your own life. This requires tuning into your own inner wisdom and finding joy in life's small, meaningful moments. So, this is why I do feel called to share my own personal journey and my path. This is why I got really into TikTok and sharing like what was occurring in my present moment because sharing the good, the bad, the ugly, and the bliss is in my design and it's what inspires others. And I've had people say that to me as well, that it's inspiring. So I'll keep going. Okay, now my culture. So my particular culture is 48 And the shadow is inadequacy, moving to resourcefulness, moving into wisdom. And so the theme here is the culture sphere represents your role within a larger community or collective, focusing on how you contribute and align with others. So my shadow of inadequacy, this means that it's like when I feel like I don't have enough knowledge, skills, or worth to contribute meaningfully, leading to self-doubt or tendency to over prepare. And this is how it all comes together with human design. Like my profile in human design is a 5-1. 5-1 means that I feel like I need to have a really fat foundation of knowledge. I need to become like a master of something before I feel like I'm prepared and ready to teach and share that with the world. That's sort of like if you're a 5-1, or if you have a 1 in your profile at all, that's like where you feel like you need to have a foundation of knowledge, and you're just like you have this like never ending thirst for knowledge, which is amazing. It leads to, all the rabbit holes that become your foundation for your teachings. But this also gets you tripped up because then you can hold back sharing because you feel like, oh, I'm not a master yet. Like who am I to go out and share this? And I definitely have seen this in my own life. I've held myself back for years because I felt like I wasn't a quote master of it yet. And I just think about all the people I could have been helping if I would have shared my voice sooner. But like, hey, everything's divine timing. Everything had to unfold and happen the way it did. Now I share it like with everyone I meet. So you'll see how this comes up in your life of in different ways. This is like one example of this like feeling of inadequacy. But when I was younger, this showed up in such different ways in my teen years. Like, oh my God, my journals were so depressing, so sad. Like all the ways I felt like I wasn't good enough, wasn't smart enough, wasn't skinny enough. And I would like write this, and kind of like try to ingrain it within when I was so deeply lost and unhappy, was like this feeling of inadequacy. And so at different stages of my life, that shadow has different meanings. But now I transmute that feeling, and it's like taking a leap. It's like taking a plunge. There's always this moment where you have to take a leap of faith. You have to just put yourself out there. You have to do something you've never done before. And you move into a completely new sphere of awareness, and you quantum leap into a new world. That is that leap into the unknown. That's when you finally just put yourself out there. And that's what I've done with my gift is this resourcefulness. It's the true power lies in my ability to make use of what I already have. By trusting myself, I'll find creative and innovative ways to solve challenges. So for me, that was putting myself out there on social media, putting myself out there on TikTok, leading group transformational journeys. It's like I had to do it first one time. So there was like that time where I felt like I was like an imposter before I did it for the first time. I was like, oh, I've never done this before, like, am I ready for this? It's like that imposter feeling. You just have to just do it. And then I do it. Now I got it under my belt. Now I keep going. It's like finding innovative ways to share my gifts. And then the city is wisdom. At the highest frequency, you embody a profound understanding of life's mysteries and help others see the beauty and simplicity. I love that. So, culture sphere is all about finding your place in the collective by embracing your resourcefulness and trusting your innate wisdom. It invites you to share your knowledge and creative solutions with confidence. Now, my brand, this is Gene Key 37. It goes from shadow to the city. So it's weakness to equality to tenderness. And as you'll see here, I'm going to pull us back up to the sphere. Oh, wait, is that baby? Is she already awake? Let me pause for a moment. Okay, no, that wasn't her. That was Lulu. That was Lulu who's over here. Sometimes Lulu sounds like baby. She is still napping. So let me like wrap this up, girls. Let me hurry this up. Okay. I don't know how much time I have, and I don't know if I'll come back to it. And the thing about me is I just gotta bust things out when I feel inspired, when I got that urge, I just gotta get it out there, because then it's like this wave that if I don't catch it, like I'll miss it, right? Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, so anyway, I brought us up here back to this chart because I was showing you guys how this, like, you see this blue sphere up here. It's also connected to the Venus sequence. It's also connected, the same sphere in this triangle of the pearl is also used in the Venus sequence. And this same sphere of the pearl up here is also used in the incarnation cross. So a few of these repeat themselves through your three main sequences, because that's like the overarching, like it's the one that's like really weaving itself through your major life theme. So for me, this this Gene Key 37 is like one of the most prominent ones in my entire life. It weaves through my relationships, it weaves through my purpose, and now here it is weaving through my pearl. So, anyway, the brand, right? Here's the theme. The brand sphere represents how your energies express outwardly in the world, your energetic signature, how you attract opportunities and connections. Cool. So, my shadow is weakness. You may feel you need external validation to be seen as worthy, leading to an imbalance in relationships or in business dealings. Now, that shadow of weakness has a totally different meaning when I use it in my incarnation cross versus when I use it in my brand for the pearl sequence. But it's all embodying the essence of Gene Key 37, which is like several pages long, you know? That's what these do. They embody the essence of the Gene Key, but depending on which area of your sequence it shows up in, it's going to take on a different flavor. So, like my weakness in my incarnation cross, it was all about feeling like it's all about emotional weakness, having like emotional instability, being like a slave to my emotions, letting my emotions control me. That was like the shadow aspect of one area of my life. But now seeing my weakness in this brand for my pearl, it represents this needing of external validation to be seen as worthy, leading to an imbalance, right? So that's definitely something that it like pops its rears its ugly head in my life every now and then. And then it's this reminder that I validate myself. I don't need validation from others. I don't need proof, quote, proof that I'm on the right track, that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm good, right? That I'm worthy. And whenever I feel like I need validation, which this just happened a couple months ago, I was feeling this, like I was feeling like I needed validation from my husband about something, and it kept popping up, and then that's my compass. I'm like, that's exactly where I dive into. That's what I need to, it's drawing my attention in for a reason. I need to shed light onto it. It's unconscious becoming conscious. I need to shed light onto it and dive deep and real and understand, why is this coming up in my life right now? It's triggering me for a reason. I need to figure out why so that I can transmute and integrate and move on in my life. And that's exactly what happened with the situation with my husband. And now in business, this is also like, if you feel your shadow getting triggered in business, it's because it needs your attention. Your shadows are your greatest compass. Oh, Lulu. Lulu wants to come up here. Lulu has her period right now, so she's wearing a diaper. I have my period too. So we're synced. Okay. So then the gift here is equality. And when you embody the gift of equality, you create harmonious, mutually beneficial relationships by valuing yourself and others equally. So this is really going to help me, obviously, in business. And then the city is tenderness. At its highest level, the Gene Key radiates pure love and care, creating a nurturing environment that draws others into connection with you. My brand invites me to lead with my heart, offering a sense of equality and warmth in my outward expression. When I embody tenderness, people are naturally drawn to me because they feel seen and valued. Lulu snores, so I'm going to put her down because I don't want to disrupt the audio too much. Sorry, Lou. But this is so true. And this is just me being authentic. Like when I'm authentically expressing myself naturally, this is going to just automatically pour out of me anyways, this love and care. Because this is like the essence, this is the heart of who I truly am. And when I just embody who I am, my authenticity, and I just let it rip on the world, let it shine, this is just showing me that this is when I'm going to be most successful. I mean, how freaking cool is that? And then now let's look at number 4 is the pearl. Mine is Gene Key 8, moving from inadequacy to resourcefulness to wisdom. So here it is. It repeats itself again, which is super cool, right? So the pearl sphere represents how prosperity flows into my life when I align with my gifts and my higher purpose. Yours might not repeat. Mine is repeating. It's showing up twice because it's just one of my main gifts. It's one of my main gene keys. It's showing its head a lot in my life because this is one that I really need to like awaken and hammer home is this Gene Key 48 of resourcefulness and wisdom. And so this feeling of not being enough, this inadequacy can block my prosperity. I might focus too much on what I lack, which creates a resistance to receiving abundance. But then I turn it into my gift here, and abundance comes when I trust myself and my ability to creatively navigate challenges. I have all the tools I need to succeed. That is so freaking cool. This is like something I do have to remind myself of often, is that I already have everything I need to succeed. I already have everything I need. It's like this I envision myself sitting on a mountain of gold. I'm sitting on a pile of gold. Like, I don't need to learn something else. I don't need to go on a retreat. I don't need to hire a coach. I don't need to do this or that to like really unleash my gifts onto the world. I already have everything I need within me. I just have to get out of my own way and get more creative and innovative about how I'm presenting and sharing it with the world. And same with you. This is why I'm showing you guys how to do this yourself too. It's empowering you to really integrate this yourself. What I can help you with, though, is the activation. I can help you energetically activate this within your chakras and within your field through like a powerful ceremony and guided meditation. But I'm empowering you guys to see that you too sit on a mountain of gold, right? It's all within. And it's cool that this is one of my greatest gifts, is like sharing that with people and reminding that with people that you already have everything you need at this point in time to be as prosperous and abundant as you possibly can. You just have to get out of your own way. You are blocking the abundance. You're not in receptive mode, right? So, the Siddhi is wisdom. At the Siddhic level, your prosperity is rooted in deep universal truths, becoming a vessel for divine insight and sharing it with the world effortlessly. So, my pearl aligns with my culture sphere. Like I just said, this aligns, the two are the same. But that's emphasizing that true prosperity is going to flow when I embrace my resourcefulness and trust the wisdom that I already hold. By focusing on what I do have rather than what I lack, it opens the floodgates for abundance. And then ChatGPT is going to straight up summarize your pearl sequence and kind of put it all together for you in this nice way. So for me, it's reflecting a journey from emotional and intellectual restlessness into deep trust, resourcefulness, and tender leadership. And everything is asking me, my vocation's asking me to share the richness and joy of my life through my work, focusing on meaningful and fulfilling contributions. My culture is telling me to trust my resourcefulness and innate wisdom to guide my role in the collective. Prosperity flows when I focus on what I have rather than what I lack. My brand is telling me to express equality and tenderness in my interactions, leading to warmth and authenticity. And my pearl is reminding me to align with my wisdom and resourcefulness to become a magnet for effortless prosperity. All right. So this is also meta for me. As I am sharing this with you guys, as I am weaving this into my own offerings, I am opening up the floodgates for prosperity and wealth to flow into my life because it is in my destiny to share this exact stuff with you guys. And that leads me to my most powerful offering that I have. It's the soul key activation. And I dive deep into your unique energetic blueprint, your ordained fingerprint, your soul signature, your soul key. By getting your birth info, I'm going to dive deep into your human design. I dive deep into your gene keys, all of the three activations, your golden pathway activations, your relationships to money, and then your life theme, your greatest gifts, right? I'm going to understand that on such a deep level. And then I'm going to take you through like a 90-minute energy activation, energy healing session so that we can heal the shadows. Because guess what? I know your shadows. I know them. I got them written out right here. I'm intuitively diving into your chart. I see it. I feel it, right? I feel you. We're also going to connect one on one. So you're going to tell me what's currently going on with your world. Then I'm going to lean into your gifts. I'm going to help activate your gifts within your chakras because I have your human design body graph in front of me. I know what chakras need the most healing based on where you've been conditioned the most. And I know which chakras need the most powerful archetypal activations because that's where you draw your most energy from, but maybe you haven't been letting it flow. Maybe you've been blocking abundance. So I'm going to lead you through these powerful activations to open up your currents of energy, your three universal pathways of energy that emanate from the chakra system. I'm going to open up all of your energy centers. I do this over Zoom too. We don't even need to be together. And this is such powerful work. But I'm going to open it all up for you. We're going to create new pathways of energy to flow, new mental pathways, new energetic pathways. We're going to activate these powerful archetypes. And I'm going to help you embody this your gifts. I'm going to help you embody your gifts. So this is my latest offering. This is like what you guys just saw my chart. You saw that I already have everything I need within. I just got to be resourceful and innovative about how I am sharing it with the world. And this insight I had recently about weaving together these offerings. It actually just came about intuitively when I was doing a one-on-one with a client. I was about to give her a human design and a gene keys reading, but her energy was just like she was in such a fragile state. She couldn't handle any more concepts. She couldn't handle a conceptual one-on-one like coaching session with me. She needed just a pure energy activation embodiment session. So I said, screw it, lay down, get on your mat. And I just took her through this powerful activation. And I was buzzing in the moment. I was like, oh, wow, this was like, I told her afterwards, I was like, this is exactly what I myself needed today to really solidify and open up my new, most powerful offering, seeing how I'm weaving together all of these different offerings that I've had and how I'm meant to just weave them together into one, which is exactly what my latest offering is, this soul key activation. So this is also what I am sharing now with energy healers. So I do one-on-one client work. I will help you activate this within yourself, but I am stepping more into a teacher role now as well, where I want to teach other energy healers exactly how to incorporate this work into their own offerings. That is, I feel, the most beneficial thing for the spiritual community, for anyone, no, for anyone, for the entire collective. This is what we need, is this powerful, deep soul key activation, because these are just tools, right? Human design and the gene keys, they are tools to help you understand yourself on this deep energetic soul level, to understand your ordained blueprint, your exact like life story that is unfolding. It's so powerful to have it written out for you, because nowadays, like, we do need it just spelled out for us. And it's a tool to help you get out of your mind, get back into the body. The body holds all of the wisdom, to remove your energy blockages. And you can think of your mind like the 88 keys on a piano, right? Our minds find the tunes that we like and we just play them over and over and over again. That's what it is, how they say, like, you are a product of your habits and your routines. So that includes like your thought patterns and what you think about and how you perceive the world. Like, our mind just gets stuck in these rhythms. Our mind just gets stuck in these tunes. But then eventually you need new information and you need a new activation to shake it up and to start to play like rhythmic symphonies. This is like, tapping into this universal cosmic divine knowing and knowledge that is awakening. It's all within you, and we're just awakening it. We're creating new neural pathways and then new energetic pathways. And then you start to make new choices and new decisions, and then you start to perceive things differently. Then you become the co-creator and you begin to live in alignment with who you were born to be. So it's all about playing new rhythmic symphonies with our minds and then creating new worlds. And this is just such an amazing tool. If you are an energy healer, if you are an activator, if you are a ceremonialist, if you have clients, if you're a holistic health practitioner, understanding human design and gene keys will elevate your offerings like you could not believe. And you will have your phone ringing off the hook, your email blowing up, because people are going to want exactly what you're offering. And this is a very unique offering. And I am weaving this into my new training program, Soul Key Activation teacher training program. Details to come. Check out my website. I'm super excited to launch that in the spring. It's going to be my beta cohort. Like I said, because I've never done this before in this particular setup, it's going to be hella discounted, because I need like my beta cohort to kind of go through and then give me feedback and provide testimonials for me so I can refine and then present it at the end of this year in a really powerful way. So if you're feeling drawn to this, if you're feeling lit up by this, if you want to be a part of this program, please message me, and I'd love to share more info with you and see how we can work together to really be able to share the gift of the gene keys and human design with the world, because I believe it is so powerful. I'm drawn to this for a reason. You see, my design is all about sharing this wisdom. So this is what I'm drawn to. This is what I have an urge to share. And I trust that my urges are divine because I'm living in alignment with my unique energy as a manifester. And I get these downloads and I get these insights and I get these urges because I am then meant to take inspired creative action. And that's what led me to create all of these documents. That's what led me to create these programs. So it is divine, and trust that if you're finding this, it's divinely timed. Or if you're watching this in my teacher training program, which I'm going to use, I'm going to upload it into Teachable so that you have all this info right there at your disposal. Trust that you're in this for a reason. I want to empower you to then go figure this out on your own. It's going to transform your own life, and it's going to transform the lives of your clients. That's enough rambling for me. As you could see, I can go on and on and on because I'm so passionate, so lit up by this. Baby's still sleeping, so I'm going to finish Gossip Girl now. And I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you for shining your gifts. It is truly our duty to unleash our gifts onto the world, to give our gift before we die. That's what we're here to do, is give our gift. Because not only when you turn on your own gifts, you're not only activating your own divine DNA, like you're literally changing your DNA. You're activating your RNA, you're activating your divine DNA, you're making a quantum leap out of the shadow consciousness into the gifts. Not only are you changing your own DNA, but that then permeates throughout the entire collective and it permeates throughout your family. So now you change your DNA, and then if you have children after that, they're going to be born with that DNA instead of the shadow DNA from your ancestors. This is what people mean when they say that you are breaking chains, when you are clearing collective and ancestral karma. I just got the chills when I said that because I just like felt the power of what that really means. And I did feel that way when I was pregnant anyway. I was like, whew, thank God I got pregnant now after years of healing. Like shit, I was doing this work not for me. And I'm realizing it was never about me. It's never about me. It's about Eris. It's about our family. It's about my community and my collective. It's about you. I am the other you. In Lakesha Lakem, I am the other you. I'm here to do this for everyone else. And I'm just here to live in the essence of peace and love and to enjoy the small moments in life, like drinking a coffee and finishing this latest episode of Gossip Girl. I'm rewatching and I'm on season 5, and oh, it's getting good. It's getting good. So it's like the simple pleasures in life. It's all about balance in life. All right, that's all. Thank you for listening to me. Much love and peace out.